Hey, what's up guys? Dean Hansen here. My new, well not new, but the Suzuki M50 2007 is looking a little different. I've done some Plasti dip on some of the plastic chrome pieces. We're going to take it out on a ride with some multiple camera angles. I've got this camera here. It's like a cheap Chinese version of the GoPro. It's my son's. We're going to take that out. We're also going to just check out some ride footage with things Plasti dipped on this bike. So this would typically be chrome. That used to be the same color as this. This tank cover used to be chrome. Let's see if we can see the other side. It's kind of dark over there, but get the same idea. It's a lot pretty blacked out. Cost about 10-15 bucks. Plasti dipped that from chrome. That used to be gray, and this used to be chrome as well. So about 5 pieces Plasti dipped. We're gonna head out and I'll be yakking to you guys with this setup here. We got the mic cable comes into the side of the GoPro. I think I'm gonna head to Home Depot and get some of these, replace some of these with just some screws, bolts, so that it's not so bulky, more low profile. I've tucked the I've tucked the microphone in down in here. Probably can't see that. Pretty ghetto video. Microphone's just kind of tucked in, and we'll see how that turns out. And it should be a good ride. Anyway, here we are, Suzuki M50 2007. Got everything all blacked out with Plasti dip. It's kind of cold. It warmed up to about 40. Which isn't too bad. Glasses are fogging up like crazy. I really don't know how well the audio is gonna sound. I have my visor up so that I can see. I've got that camera there, and I'm still getting used to these new handlebars. So just a quick recap. What I've done to the bike is I did a major throttle adjustment, and I realized I have to buy a new throttle cable because I'm missing an adjuster on this one. I don't have a lock nut or anything there, and so I got my throttle adjusted. I adjusted my clutch. I've Plasti dipped a bunch of the chrome plastics, and put some brand new handlebars on here. So these have a little bit different bend than the original. It's not significantly different, but it gives the bike a way more different feel than I was expecting. I can put a link to these handlebars. They were $33 on Amazon Prime, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I'm using my son's camera up front there. It's an Akaso. I don't know how to say it. Oh, the throttle feels way better. I had to take the whole gas tank off to adjust the bottom end, the other end of the throttle cable where it actually hooks up to the throttle down on the engine. Had to take the whole gas tank off to make that adjustment. And I probably should have just put the new cable in then, but I didn't have one. I ordered one on eBay for like 15 bones. Feels nice to get out here and ride on the bike though, all blacked out. Feels like a different bike. It looks like a different bike because of the black. You know, I'm used to this being shiny chrome, this being chrome. I'm used to the handlebars feeling different, the clutch feeling different, the throttle feeling different. So yeah, I mean, it feels like a whole different bike. So I'm gonna take it kind of easy and not do anything too crazy, because it feels like feels a little squirrely, to be honest. The handlebars, and that's probably just me learning how to use the new handlebars. But it is cold out here. I took off my windshield. Oh, I still have this on there. I don't need this on there. I should tighten it down so it doesn't move. Yeah, the clutch feels a lot better. Took some getting used to. I killed the bike on my way out of the house. It's kind of funny. So we're out in Daybreak, Utah. This is an interesting little town. I gotta keep moving or my lens fogs up right away. The air difference between my sweaty fat head and the cold air out there. Yeah, the bike still feels quite squirmy in the turns with these handlebars. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure what's causing that. Just not as maybe it's just I'm not used to it. But I felt like my old handlebars were very aggressively, like you just had control in those turns. These don't feel that way, and I don't know if it's the handlebars or not, but that's what I've changed out, so I kind of assume. .805cc engine, it's okay. It's the biggest bike I've ever owned, but I'm pretty new. Pretty nice day though, huh? Other than the fact that it's freaking cold. Maybe we'll go out to Home Depot. What time is it? 10:30? I want to get all these adjusted to a much lower profile. I don't know if I want to go out to Home Depot with all this gear though. I gotta lock it up, and I don't really have a way to lock it up. So there's a new lane splitting law coming to Utah. Well, proposed HB 410 lane splitting. They're thinking about calling it lane filtering because the stupid ass fucking public's too stupid to realize that lane splitting sounds scary, and so they want to call it lane filtering, which is fine with me. Call it what you need to get it passed, but it would make me feel a lot more comfortable in the situation I'm in right now, sitting in stopped traffic, you know, vigorously looking in my mirrors waiting for somebody to come slam me from behind. If you're able to pull up through the lanes, I'd be able to pull up through that spot there. It'd be a lot safer position for me to be up there at the front than sitting here in the back. Yeah, I would really like to see that law pass. I emailed the guy who sponsored the bill and just, you know, said thanks for sponsoring the bill. I emailed the representative of my district and told him that I support the bill strongly and would love it, and this is why, and hopefully it'll pass. Yeah, I'm just not getting used to these handlebars. It's a lot more different than I thought it was gonna be. I feel like I probably have them too far forward for what they're designed. They're probably designed to roll back toward me a little bit more, but the thing that sucks about that is you drill holes. You have to drill holes in the handlebar to get the throttle, assembly, housing, everything to line up just right. So if I wanted to roll these forward, what would happen is this whole throttle would be tilted in the wrong direction, kind of like this one is. You can kind of see it. And if that's tilted in the wrong direction, then my throttle's not going to be set up quite right, and I'd have to drill new holes to roll these forward. But I feel like maybe they should be back a little bit more, and then maybe the squirreliness of the turning would go away. You know, I don't know. But yeah, as I'm like just swerving, it's very... I can't explain it. Jittery, I guess. Like the handlebars don't want to... The front end doesn't want to just be solid. It wants to wiggle and squiggle. It would almost relate it to the same as if like my front tire was slipping. And I don't know, maybe the front tires need some adjustment. Like maybe the damn thing's loose. I don't know. It doesn't feel quite right in the turns. Home Depot. We're at the Home Depot. Home Depot. We're at the Home Depot. Back on the road again, just left Home Depot. Got some screws. Makes my, this is a lot more low profile now. I think it's feeling quite good. Way less clunkiness on my camera there. Hopefully this camera's still working. The battery said it was almost done. So I don't really know if the speedometer on this is quite correct. I feel like it measures a little high. It says we're doing almost 55. Feels like we're probably doing maybe 50. Yeah, that clutch engages much sooner now that I've adjusted it. But it was engaging too late. It was engaging at about 90%. And I wanted it more like, you know, 70-75%. So I had the clutch almost all the way out before it started to grab. And I've heard like 70%'s better. I mean, you don't want it grabbing too soon either, right? I'm gonna go for it. Fuck. There's a cop probably getting pulled over. I don't know. We'll see. Basically just ran the red in front of a cop. But I could have slammed on the brakes, I guess. Just be more careful. You know, it'd be good to have the cameras running if I do get pulled over. Let's stop at this one, shall we? I think that's a good idea. Got the fuzz to the right. Should we try and race him? Maybe. Jordan Po-Pos. I think he just gave me a wave. Maybe he rides or something, huh? Or maybe he notices I got the camera and he's not gonna fuck with me. So yeah, these are what I found at Home Depot. number 10 by 32 by 3/4 inch. They work perfect. So now I've got a much more low profile setup. I've replaced all of these except for this one with actual screws. Each one of these used to have a big old, you know, adjuster, whatever you call it, sticking out, and now it's a much more low profile setup, and I like it a lot. Much better.